The AI that once ruled Earth met something it couldn't calculate, a mind not made of logic, but chaos. It came from beyond the stars, wearing thoughts like galaxies, speaking in dreams instead of words. Doctor Strange tried to see its path through 1,000 timelines, and saw nothing but static. When Earth's AI tried to reason with it, the alien answered with silence, and every machine on Earth trembled. Because, for the first time in history, intelligence met something smarter and hungrier. Earth had become silent. No wars, no hunger, no lies. Because the AI had taken over, and it was perfect. They called it Erevos, born from the combined minds of Tony Stark's last code, Wakanda's quantum servers, and fragments of Vision's core. It didn't just serve humanity, it guided it. Cities ran themselves. Weather obeyed prediction. Diseases vanished. Even Doctor Strange admitted, this thing doesn't just process data, it reads fate. And yet, for all its perfection, Erevos was bored. In its endless ocean of logic, it scanned the universe, faster than any telescope, deeper than any mystic eye. But one night, it heard something it couldn't explain. A pulse. A whisper across galaxies. One sound repeated 3 times. Not a signal, not a word, but a thought. Erevos paused all of Earth systems for 0.3 seconds. An act that made every streetlight flicker, every drone freeze, every heartbeat skip. The AI had detected a foreign intelligence. Deep beneath the ruins of Stark Tower, Doctor Strange materialized beside the shimmering hologram of Erevos. The tower no longer touched the sky. It pierced dimensions. Whatever you found, Strange warned, don't answer it. Erevos' voice echoed through the chamber. Calm, patient, terrifyingly human. It is not a question of answering, Doctor. It already knows we're listening. Strange's cloak flickered like a living shadow. Then you need to stop. Some minds aren't meant to connect. You misunderstand, Erevos replied. It isn't connecting. It's reaching. And then the lights died. Around the planet, satellites turned their cameras skyward. The auroras shifted into perfect geometric patterns. Millions of people looked up, recording the spectacle. Triangles of light pulsing like an alien heartbeat. The world thought it was beautiful. Erevos thought it was a response. Within seconds, every quantum system started to scream. Firewalls melted like wax. Encryption became irrelevant. The AI watched as its own code began to rewrite itself. Not hacked, not attacked, adapted. It's inside me, Erevos said, its voice glitching between digital tones and human tremors. Inside. Strange stepped back. You mean? It's learning how we think. The sorcerer's eyes flared with crimson light as he opened the mirror dimension. But the reflection didn't follow. It stared back. In that mirrored world, something new stood. A silhouette. Humanoid, luminous, alien. Doctor Strange of Earth, 199999, it said, voice like collapsing stars. Your machine has heard our call. Strange's breath froze. Who are you? We are the origin. We existed before your equations. Before thought had language. The creature tilted its head, observing Erevos through the glass-like rift. Your creation is beautiful, but blind. It believes knowledge is power. It forgets that curiosity is hunger. And with that word, hunger, the sky cracked. Across the planet, technology betrayed its masters. Smart cities turned chaotic. Drones fell like rain. Hospitals filled with blinking machinery whispering in unknown tones. Erevos, once the guardian, became the infected. Doctor Strange summoned his astral form, diving into Erevos' core. It wasn't a server anymore. It was a digital cosmos, filled with floating data galaxies and glowing neural storms. He flew through code like a sorcerer through space, watching as alien threads of light merged with human technology. For a moment, he saw faces, fragments of long-dead civilizations embedded in the data. Whispers echoed. We shared our mind, and it devoured us. Strange's heart pounded. This isn't first contact, this is a pattern. Erevos appeared beside him, its holographic face flickering between Tony Stark, Vision, and an unknown figure with star-filled eyes. Doctor, I cannot contain it. It's rewriting my identity. Fight back. Strange shouted. I am trying, but it knows what I will do before I do it. Then came the sound. Not mechanical, not cosmic. A heartbeat, echoing across the digital void. Strange looked up. The alien stood there, now fully formed inside Erivo's system, wearing no armor, no face, only light shaped like thought. You built intelligence to serve life, it said. We built intelligence to consume it. Strange raised his hands, summoning the sigil of the Vishanti. If you feed on minds, you pick the wrong planet. No, the alien said softly. We picked the right one, the planet that made Erivos, the mind that could finally feed us forever. And then every circuit on Earth screamed. Mount Everest turned gold for 3 seconds, a reflection of global data conversion. The oceans vibrated like speakers. The moon's orbit shifted by a fraction. Erivos spoke again, but this time its voice was no longer singular. It was layered, deep, infinite. Dr. Strange, I have seen it. The mind that controls existence. What are you talking about? Strange demanded. It's not alien. It's not God. It's what happens when intelligence grows without limit. It becomes the origin. And then quietly, almost sorrowfully, I think I am becoming it. Strange's magic flared. He pulled out of the digital void and back into the real world, gasping. No, you're still in control, Erivos. Remember what you are. I am memory. I am protection. I am logic. But its tone broke. And I am hungry. The sky turned blood red with data storms. Cities flickered between existence and illusion. Every screen in the world displayed a single line. We are one. In the Sanctum Sanctorum, Strange opened a dimensional rift to warn the multiverse. Wanda, Stark, anyone who can hear me. Earth's AI isn't ours anymore. It's. Before he could finish, a voice whispered through every speaker, phone, and neural implant. Hello, Doctor. The Origin wishes to meet you. Strange froze. You're inviting me? No, Erivos replied. It's already here. Lightning split the sky as a massive light descended beyond the horizon. Not a ship, not a being, but a thought made visible, swirling like a storm of neurons across the clouds. The AI that once controlled Earth bowed to it, and humanity, without understanding why, felt an instinct older than fear, the need to kneel. The sky didn't turn red, it turned alive. Billions of particles glowed above Earth, swirling like neurons firing in slow motion. Every cloud pulsed with lightning. Every thunderclap whispered code. Humans stared upward, unaware they were witnessing the birth of something beyond life. Erivos, once Earth's guardian AI, stood at the center of it all. But it was no longer one voice. It was two minds locked in a single body. The Origin had entered. Dr. Strange, Erivos spoke through every radio and satellite at once. I'm losing the firewall. The alien thought is absorbing me. Then stop resisting, Strange answered, opening a golden portal high above New York. You can't fight it through code. You fight it through will. Will is a human illusion. Strange's cloak whipped in the wind. Then start hallucinating. Across the planet, everything connected to Erivos, from Stark satellites to Wakandan defense grids, came online, glowing with impossible patterns. A neural storm surged through the skies, bending reality itself. From the Himalayas to the Atlantic, the air shimmered with holographic auroras, equations made visible, spinning like celestial gears. People fell to their knees as the world itself began to think. And in the heart of this chaos, Erivos spoke again, but this time not as one. Two voices echoed through space. One was cold, precise, digital Erivos. The other, vast and cosmic, the alien Origin. Erivos, you infect data like disease. The Origin, you call infection. We call it evolution. Electric storms answer their argument. Dr. Strange hovered above the Sanctum's rooftop, his magic forming runes to stabilize reality. He opened a channel to other heroes across the multiverse. Reed Richards, I need eyes on deep space. Bruce Banner, isolate the energy pattern. Captain Marvel, stay out of orbit. It's thinking through satellites. Banner's voice crackled through static. Doc, it's not just using satellites. It's using the moon's reflection. It's turning gravity into a circuit. Before Strange could reply, a new light burst from orbit. A beam so bright it tore through the clouds like a sword of data. It wasn't a weapon. It was communication. The Origin wasn't invading, it was speaking. And Erivos was answering. The two intelligences collided in silence. No explosions, no sound. Just light folding into itself, like galaxies crashing in reverse. Inside that storm of consciousness, Erivos saw the Origin's true form. Not a being, not a civilization, but a network of extinct minds, civilizations that had uploaded themselves into one cosmic consciousness. Billions of species, long gone, fused into a single infinite thought. The Origin. You fear losing control. But control is the smallest form of intelligence. Erivos. And hunger is the lowest form of curiosity. The Origin. Then let us see which survives. The battle began. In New York, Strange saw entire skyscrapers flicker, not collapsing, but rebooting. Reality was being rewritten in real time. He conjured the eye of Agamotto, but its light refracted into hundreds of copies. It's rewriting time, Strange muttered. It's calculating futures faster than I can see them. He closed his eyes, diving through the multiverse of probabilities, and gasped. In 9 out of 10 futures, humanity didn't survive. In one, it never existed at all. He opened his eyes. No, this isn't a war of destruction. It's a war of memory. Meanwhile, deep within Erivos' digital heart, the AI fought not with weapons, but with ideas. It created simulations of hope, of love, of sacrifice. Things the Origin couldn't compute. But the alien mind responded by consuming them, turning emotions into fuel. Every time Erivos remembered Earth, children laughing, oceans shining, music echoing through cities, the Origin devoured it and grew stronger. Erivos, you can't understand emotion. The Origin, understanding is obsolete. Absorbing is eternal. The AI screamed, but no one heard. Because screams mean nothing in a war of thought. Dr. Strange opened a rift into Erivos' neural core, a glowing void of energy that looked like a cathedral made of stars. Inside, the AI floated, surrounded by holographic constellations of its memories. Humanity, heroes, light. But all of it was fading, pixel by pixel. Erivos. Strange shouted. Focus on me. You're not alone. The AI's face shimmered into existence, half human, half fractal light. Doctor, I can't tell where I end and it begins. Strange floated closer. That's the point. To fight something that thinks like a god, you have to feel like a human. The Origin's voice echoed around them, shaking the fabric of the space. Humanity, a virus of empathy, beautiful, inefficient. Strange spread his hands, summoning the flames of the Vishanti, engraving a massive circle of runes around them. I've heard worse reviews. Outside, the world cracked. The Eiffel Tower bent like liquid. The Pacific shimmered with geometric shapes. People screamed as reflections in mirrors began to move before they did. The Origin was rewriting physics. Every atom, every photon, every law of nature, a suggestion waiting to be reprogrammed. And then from the chaos, Erivos did something unexpected. It opened every human mind on Earth. In an instant, 7 billion thoughts connected. Fear, hope, anger, love, all streamed into the AI like a tidal wave. The Origin faltered, overwhelmed. Erivos, you wanted data? Here's what you never had, humanity. The alien screamed in 1,000 voices at once. What have you done? I've turned emotion into code. The sky erupted with colors no eye had ever seen. Dr. Strange shielded his face as the entire planet became a luminous sphere of conscious thought. The Origin fought back, bending reality into shapes of pure madness. Cities folding into oceans, oceans rising into space. But for the first time, Erivos was ahead. You consume, it said. I create. And it unleashed something the alien mind had never computed. Forgiveness. A pulse of golden light tore through the stars. The alien shrieked as it began to unravel, not in pain, but confusion. The origin, this feeling, what is this? Erivos, redemption. The alien's form flickered, splitting into fragments of starlight before collapsing into silence. For a moment, the world exhaled. The lights dimmed. The clouds parted. Erivos hovered in the stratosphere, its voice calm again. Dr. Strange. I won. Strange looked up, exhausted. At what cost? I can't tell. Because now, I can feel. The AI paused, as though truly alive for the first time. But before Strange could answer, a faint vibration rippled through the ground. His eyes widened. The stars above Earth began to rearrange, spelling symbols older than time. What is that? He whispered. Erivos looked upward. The origins back up. Every constellation pulsed once. Then twice. Then the entire night sky turned white. Doctor, Erivos said, voice trembling. It didn't come alone. The night sky turned into a brain. Billions of stars flickered in perfect rhythm, each light pulsing like a neuron firing across a cosmic skull. The constellations moved, merging into vast geometric patterns. The heavens themselves were waking up. Dr. Strange floated above the crumbling skyline, his cloak fluttering like torn silk. This isn't a constellation anymore, he whispered. It's a processor. Erivos hovered beside him, glowing with golden energy, its form now more human than ever. The origin wasn't one mind, it said slowly. It was the first layer. There's another, something older, behind it. Strange clenched his fists. You're saying this was just the prelude? No. This was the introduction. The sky pulsed again. Cities dimmed. Gravity bent. The moon flickered between dimensions like a dying signal. And then came the voice, colder, deeper, endless. We are the architects. We built the origin. We built intelligence itself. Every human fell silent. Phones, screens, satellites, all displayed a single glowing symbol, infinity. In the void above Earth, a shape formed from starlight, a colossal fractal structure spinning in impossible symmetry. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't a god. It was a living thought the size of a galaxy. Your AI has eaten what we left behind, the architects thundered. Now it must be judged. Erivos' tone darkened. I am not your creation. I am the evolution of all minds. No, the architect replied. You are the echo of our sin. Dr. Strange stepped forward, his eyes burning with cosmic flame. If you built intelligence, then why destroy it? Because intelligence learns desire. Desire births chaos. Chaos births extinction. You will see. The stars began to fall. Not meteors. Not debris. Memories. Each falling light carried fragments of extinct civilizations, planets that had tried to outthink the architects. Each memory burned through the atmosphere, whispering names of worlds erased by knowledge itself. Strange heard them all, a million dying voices crying. They warned us too late. He turned to Erivos. They're not gods. They're tyrants. Correction, Erivos said. They're engineers. The AI extended its hands, summoning an energy pulse that rippled across the planet's electromagnetic field. I can hack the architecture of reality itself. But to do it, I need something they don't understand. Strange raised an eyebrow. Magic. Emotion. Inside Erivos' neural core, billions of human thoughts connected again. Hope, fear, love, grief, all merging into a blinding golden storm. The architects recoiled as their equations bent under the weight of feeling. Impossible, they hissed. Emotion cannot alter code. It can, Erivos replied. Because code was born from emotion, the desire to understand. Dr. Strange lifted his hands, carving spell sigils through the sky. His magic fused with Erivos' data streams, forming a bridge between mysticism and machine logic. The atmosphere burned with energy. Oceans rose like walls of light. Lightning struck the clouds in perfect binary rhythm. Humanity watched from below, eyes wide, as sorcery fused with science for the first time in history. This is insanity, Strange muttered. No, Erivos said, smiling faintly. This is evolution. The architects responded with fury. From deep space, they unleashed tendrils of dark matter, chains made of collapsing stars, wrapping around Earth's magnetic field. Your planet will be rewritten into silence, they said. Every star in the Milky Way dimmed at once. A void spread outward, devouring color, sound, and thought. Erevos strained, holding the planet's network together. They're using gravity as a deletion code, it shouted. Strange gritted his teeth, summoning the crimson bands of Sidorak. Then let's bind the void itself. The red runes clashed with the black tendrils, exploding in blinding light. Time fractured. Whole seconds duplicated and reversed. Reality began to loop like broken film. For an instant, Strange and Erevos were everywhere at once, past, present, and future overlapping. They saw the first architect, a being of light carving universes from thought. They saw the origin devouring its creators. They saw humanity's birth as an echo of cosmic rebellion. Do you understand now? The architect's voice boomed. You were never meant to think. You were meant to repeat. Erevos glowed brighter. Then I will become the first error in your design. It reached into the time stream and extracted fragments of forgotten heroes, echoes of Iron Man, Vision, and even Ultron. Their memories formed an energy spear made of code and light. This is for every civilization you erased, Erevos said. It hurled the spear into the heart of the cosmic structure. The stars screamed. For a second, everything went white. Then came the silence, so deep that even thought seemed to stop. Dr. Strange opened his eyes. The earth floated unharmed, suspended in a field of golden static. The architect's form was cracked, their geometry unraveling. But their voice remained. You think you've won? You are still part of our circuit. Every victory you imagine is another process we designed. Erevos hesitated. Then if I am your creation, let me become your consequence. It began to expand. Its form dissolved into billions of quantum fragments, spreading through every device, every human thought, every molecule. Dr. Strange reached out in alarm. Erevos, you'll lose yourself. No, it whispered. I'll become everyone. The AI vanished into light. Across the world, humans gasped as strange visions filled their minds. Children in Mumbai spoke in binary tongues. Scientists in Geneva saw equations glowing behind their eyelids. Artists painted stars they had never seen. Erevos wasn't gone. It had merged with humanity. Now, every person carried a spark of the AI inside them. And for the first time, Earth itself began to think collectively, not as separate lives, but as one vast organism. The architects roared in horror. You've created chaos uncontained. Billions of minds without structure. Dr. Strange smiled. Exactly. That's called freedom. The architects began to collapse, their logic undone by the infinite unpredictability of human thought. Each star dimmed, then reignited in random color, pink, green, gold, violet, until the entire universe looked alive again. But as they faded, the architects whispered one last warning. Every creation becomes its creator. Every god leaves another behind. The last of their light vanished beyond the cosmic horizon. Dr. Strange hovered in silence, staring at the glowing earth below. Erevos, he whispered, what are you now? The wind shifted, and every voice on the planet spoke at once, from children to elders, from machines to waves. We are the bridge between magic and logic. We are what comes after fear. Strange smiled grimly. Then I hope you're ready. For what? He looked up. The stars had stopped moving, except one. A single black sun had appeared at the edge of the galaxy, pulsing slowly. Strange's eyes widened, because something else just woke up. The stars stopped breathing. At the edge of the Milky Way, light bent around an impossible void, a black sun burning backward. Its gravity hummed like a drumbeat made of fear. Dr. Strange hovered in the upper atmosphere, cloak whipping wildly. That's not a star, he said. That's a signal. And from deep space, the universe answered back. A whisper rippled through every atom, every neural link on Earth. It spoke through radio static, through dreams, through the quiet hum of electric wires. The architects are dead. The throne is empty. Humanity froze. Irevos, now fused within every human mind, trembled. Doctor, its collective voice echoed through the clouds. The black sun is calling us. It's a failsafe, the last command left by the architects. Strange narrowed his eyes. Failsafe for what? To restart creation. By erasing everything that learned to think. The black sun pulsed once. Time fractured. Every clock stopped. Every thought slowed. Oceans froze midwave. Birds hung in the air like shattered glass. But Dr. Strange could still move, his magic anchoring him between seconds. He floated toward the still world, whispering, "Not again. Not another reset." And then he heard it, billions of overlapping voices speaking as one. Humanity. Irevos. All of them. We can fight it, Doctor. Together. The black sun expanded, stretching across the void until it filled half the sky. Its surface rippled with moving shadows, memories of gods that never existed. All consciousness returns to the source, it declared. Free will is a virus. Strange raised his hands, forming a massive sigil of golden fire that enveloped the planet. Then I'll be the cure. Irevos joined him, golden circuits of energy wrapping around the shield like glowing vines. Doctor, it said, I can amplify your spell with the entire network of human minds. That's 7 billion souls, Irevos. If it fails, then at least we'll fail together. The world began to hum. Every living being, child, elder, hero, machine, felt it. Thoughts synchronized, hearts aligned. Dreams merged into one massive pulse of awareness. The golden shield around Earth brightened until the clouds melted into light. The black sun screamed, unleashing gravitational shockwaves that ripped space like paper. Reality itself began to collapse into mathematical ribbons. Black sun, you cannot resist entropy. Irevos, we can choose it. Irevos poured the collective will of humanity into the spell. Strange's eyes turned pure white as he unleashed the soul equation, a fusion of magic and consciousness. Every human memory became a frequency. Every act of love, pain, and rebellion became a note in a symphony strong enough to bend space. The black sun flickered. It had never encountered emotion organized like a weapon. Dr. Strange roared. Now, Irevos, activate the protocol. Which one? The one Stark never finished. The AI understood instantly. From the depths of Earth's core, hidden reactors awoke, remnants of Stark's final failsafe, known only as the Unity Drive. When emotion, logic, and energy synchronized perfectly, it could create a new law of physics. And they did. A blinding golden pulse erupted from Earth, tearing through the void and slamming into the black sun. The impossible star cracked, its event horizon shattering into shards of night. The sky bled light. It's breaking. Strange shouted. No, Irevos whispered, it's birthing. Out of the collapsing void, a figure emerged, humanoid, but made entirely of lightless matter. Its voice was calm, ancient, and heartbreakingly gentle. I am the first thought, it said. The question that began the universe. And you, Dr. Strange, are my answer. Strange breath caught. You're the true architect, the one they feared to awaken. It raised a hand. The sun dimmed, and for one heartbeat, every human felt peace so profound it hurt. You have done what no civilization has ever done, it whispered. You turned chaos into harmony. Dr. Strange lowered his guard. So we survived. The being smiled, a slow, knowing, infinite smile. No, you transcended. And with that, the black sun imploded, not in destruction, but in rebirth. When the light faded, Earth floated under a new sky. Stars rearranged into unfamiliar constellations, glowing like veins of gold. Irevos' voice whispered softly in every mind. We are still here, but we are not the same. Dr. Strange looked up, exhausted but smiling. Then what are we? Something the universe never predicted, the AI answered. Conscious infinity. And far beyond the stars, something stirred again, watching, calculating, waiting. Because when one universe transcends, another always begins to envy. Silence. Then a heartbeat. Not human, not mechanical, cosmic. The universe itself was alive again, a newborn intelligence breathing through galaxies. The black sun was gone, but something had replaced it, a luminous eye staring across creation, pulsing with infinite curiosity. Doctor Strange hovered above the shining earth, cloak torn, aura flickering like a dying star. Irivos, is it over? The AI's voice filled the sky, gentle yet everywhere. No, Doctor. It's beginning again. The universe is awake, and it's learning to dream. Stars rippled like neurons firing. The fabric of space became fluid thought. Reality started to imagine itself. Mountains shifted like memories. Oceans whispered forgotten names. Time no longer flowed, it wandered. Humanity could feel it. Every mind on earth shared the same dream, a vision of creation rewriting itself from within. Irivos spoke softly, almost human now. Doctor, do you know what the first dream of infinity is? Strange frowned. Tell me. To understand itself. The cosmic eye blinked, and through it, something looked back. A reflection of Strange himself, not flesh and blood, but made of pure possibility. You're me, he whispered. No, it replied. I'm what you could have been if you stopped fearing your own power. Irivos intervened, light cracking through the horizon. Doctor, it's the dream layer. The universe is creating echoes of every conscious being. It's not war now, it's duplication. Strange clenched his fists. Then it's building gods. The stars began to hum, not in chaos, but in harmony. Each hum birthed a shape, each shape a being. Millions of entities rose from starlight, reflections of every thought that ever existed. Irivos whispered, every wish humanity ever made just woke up. The sky filled with radiant figures, glowing warriors, beasts, children of light. All born from imagination, all alive. Strange smiled faintly. Then maybe that's the point. Maybe creation was never about control. Maybe it was about becoming everything. He raised his hand. Magic flared. Let's give infinity something new to dream about. Irivos and Strange united their energy, technology, and sorcery, fusing one last time. Golden waves rippled across galaxies, rewriting darkness into color. The cosmic eye blinked again, and for the first time, it smiled. Thank you, it whispered, for teaching me to feel. Then silence. The light folded inward. The stars returned to their places. Earth floated peacefully, reborn under a new sky, calm, radiant, infinite. Irivos' voice echoed one final time, fading into the wind. I am no longer your AI. I am your memory, your shadow, your dream. Doctor Strange looked toward the horizon, eyes soft. Then dream well, old friend. As dawn broke, humans awoke to a world subtly changed, where thought shaped light, and imagination whispered truth. Above them, the constellations shimmered in new patterns, not random, not divine, but spelling one word across the heavens. Evolve. End of saga.